Olive Township Workshop to order for March 8, 2016. If you would please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for a moment of silence for our men and women serving. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Susan, would you read the Open Public Meetings Act, please?
According to the Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting has been given to the Daily Record. Notice has been posted in the Municipal Building, 204 Flanders Drakestown Road, Bud Lake, New Jersey, and notices were sent to those requesting the same.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mr. Amianda?
Here.
Mr. Ferrante?
Here.
Mrs. Lebow? Mr. Mania?
Here.
Mr. Stewart?
Here.
Mr. Roman?
Here.
Mr. Nacastro?
Here. Welcome back, Mr. Mania.
Thank you.
First item up is the honoring March as American Red Cross Month. I have a proclamation here from the Office of the Mayor honoring March as American Red Cross Month. Whereas in Mount Olive Township, we have a long history of helping our neighbors in need, and the American Red Cross is a special time to recognize and thank everyday heroes, those selfless Red Cross volunteers and donors who give their time and resources to help the community members. And whereas these heroes help families find shelter after a home fire, give blood to the help trauma victims and cancer, deliver comfort items to military members in hospitals, use their life-saving skills to save someone from a heart attack, drowning or choking, and enable children around the globe to be vaccinated for measles and rubella. And whereas the American Red Cross depends on local heroes to deliver help and hope during the disaster, and we applaud our heroes in Mount Olive Township who give themselves to assist their neighbors when they need a helping hand. And whereas every 8 minutes the organization responds to a community disaster, providing shelter, food, emotional support, and other necessities to those affected. And whereas Mount Olive Township dedicates this month of March to all those who support the American Red Cross mission to prevent and alleviate human suffering in the face of emergencies. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that Mayor Rob Greenbaum, Mayor of Mount Olive Township, do hereby proclaim March as American Red Cross Month and encourage all Americans to support the organization and its notable humanitarian mission. Next item, we have 11 resolutions. Does anyone have any questions, concerns? Mr. Roman?
Laura, on the Sustainable Jersey resolution, what is our requirements and or benefits of being in the program? Do you know offhand?
We have to meet a number of benchmarks as far as environmental initiatives are concerned. I actually have not, or was not here when those benchmarks were met, but you get a certain number of points for each initiative. This is actually, I believe, and Lisa maybe can clarify, this is a recertification. We have to recertify every year, so there's really not anything new in this. It's just basically the recertification.
Is there a downside for not participating?
They do offer grants on an annual basis. This makes us eligible for those grants. And I think, you know, the downside is I think it's a very popular thing amongst New Jersey municipalities, and, you know, for us not to participate, I think probably would not be a good thing.
Thank you.
Any other discussion on resolution? Seeing none, any discussion on the ordinance? None. Seeing none. Any old business? Any new business? Mr. Roman?
Mr. Mayor, Laura, have you guys been made aware of Washington Township looking to put an outdoor firing range for their police department? And if so, have we looked into it as to whether that might be something that we could take advantage of?
I only heard about it tangentially and haven't explored it. I would assume that the chief is aware of it.
Okay.
And ultimately, if he believes that we can participate in their range as compared to where we go currently, he will take advantage of that. He's very good at that kind of thing.
Right, yeah, I think there's two avenues I think we should at least look at. One of them is because I don't know the exact location of the site. A few of my customers wanted to find out if we as a body could help them to prevent it from going in. And I told them that definitely we would not get involved in that aspect. But I would like to at least make sure that the proposal, one, doesn't impact our residents in any negative way. And if not, if we could take advantage and have our police department possibly use the range and, you know, the money saving, definitely at least the time savings, prevents us, our officers from having to drive. I think they go to the Whippany for their range.
I'll have Laura check into where the range is going to be and what options are available to the township.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr.
Mr. Mania?
Rowland, what would be the opposition to such a thing? You say
Oh,
you talk to people?
Noise.
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 And I think the overall feeling is, you know, people are worried that in an open air gun range, you know, 200 yards from their homes, they're worried, I guess, stray bullets. But I mean, I don't thi-
Understandable.
Yeah, I don't think the danger is anywhere at all possible. You know, these are police officers that are going to be. But I think mostly, I think
They're human beings.
You know, from my recollection, the range wasn't anywhere near Mount Olive Township from when I first saw the, whatever was in the newspaper.
Thank you.
Anything else? Seeing none. Anyone from the public wish to be heard? Seeing none, close to the public. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None. Okay. Open up the Mount Olive Council Township meeting for March 8th, 2016. Michelle, Susan, read the, we have to read, oh yeah, read the Open Public Meetings Act, please.
According to the Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting has been given to the Daily Record. Notice has been posted in the municipal building, 204 Flanders Drakestown Road, Bud Lake, New Jersey, and notices were sent to those requesting the same.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mr. Amianda?
Here.
Mr. Ferrante?
Here.
Mrs. Labow? Mr. Mania?
Here.
Mr. Stewart?
Here.
Mr. Roman?
Here.
Mr. Nacastro?
Here. Mr. Amianda, would you approve the minutes from the previous meeting for January 30th budget hearing and February 23rd, 2016 workshop and public meeting?
Yes, Mr. President. I make a motion for approval of the minutes of the previous meetings on February 23rd, 2017, work session and public meeting.
Second.
Did we say the budget, or is that a separate? You said the budget too in there? Did he say January 30th, just for the record?
But-
Did we say that?
And,
Okay.
and January 30th, is it?
Okay, just in case, I didn't hear, but I wasn't sure.
Okay.
Is that roll call, please?
Mr. Amianda?
Yes.
Mr. Ferrante?
Yes.
Mr. Mania?
Abstain.
Mr. Stewart?
Yes.
Mr. Roman?
Yes.
Mr. Nacastro?
Yes. We have 22 pieces of correspondence. Anyone have any questions on those? Okay. First, second, everything, all right, yeah. Oh, we have two, I'm sorry. One. Okay. I open the hearing to the public on ordinance number 4-2016, bond ordinance providing for various improvements to the water utility in by the Township of Mount Olive and the County of Morris, New Jersey, appropriating $2,372,000. Therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $2,253,400 in bonds or notes of the township to finance part of the costs thereof. Mr. Ferrante?
Sure, I move for adoption and final passage ordinance number 4-2016.
Second.
Anyone from the public wish to be heard? Seeing none, close to the public. Discussion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Amianda?
Yes.
Mr. Ferrante?
Yes.
Mr. Mania?
Yes.
Mr. Stewart?
Yes.
Mr. Roman?
Yes.
Mr. Nacastro?
Yes. Ordinance number 4-2016 is passed on second reading, and I hereby direct the clerk to forward a copy of the same to the mayor and publish the notices of adoption as required by law. I open the hearing to the public on ordinance number 5-2016, bond ordinance providing for various capital improvements in and by the Township of Mount Olive and the County of Morris, New Jersey, appropriating $4,016,400, therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $3,602,830 in bonds or notes of the township to finance part of the cost thereof. Mr. Mania? Oh, I didn't see you down at the other one, but go ahead. You're back.
I move for adoption and final passage of ordinance number 5-2016.
Second.
Anyone from the public wish to be heard? Seeing none, close to the public. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Amianda?
Yes.
Mr. Ferrante?
Yes.
Mr. Mania?
Yes.
Mr. Stewart?
Yes.
Mr. Roman?
Yes.
Mr. Nacastro?
Yes. Next item on the agenda for first reading is ordinance number 7-2016, an ordinance of the Township Council of the Township of Mount Olive in the County of Morris, State of New Jersey, amending Township Code, Chapter 318, Sewers and Water, Article 7, Water Rates and Service Fees to reflect the increased cost of certain services. Mr. Mania again.
Thank you. I move that ordinance number 7-2016 be introduced by title and passed on first reading, and that a meeting be held on March 22nd, 2016, at 7 p.m. at the Municipal Building, 204 Flanders Drakestown Road, Bud Lake, New Jersey, for a public hearing, consideration of second reading, and passage of said ordinance, and that the clerk be directed to publish, post, and make available said ordinance in accordance with the requirements of the law.
Second.
Any discussion?
Is that Helen?
None? Roll call, please.
Mr. Amianda?
Yes.
Mr. Ferrante?
Yes.
Mr. Mania?
Yes.
Mr. Stewart?
Yes.
Mr. Roman?
Yes.
Mr. Nacastro?
Yes. We have 11 consent resolutions. Anybody need any move to non-consent? Seeing none, Mr. Stewart, would you move resolutions 1 through 11?
I'd like to move for adoption, resolutions 1 through 11.
I'll second it.
Anyone from the public wish to be heard? Seeing none, close to the public. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Amianda?
Yes.
Mr. Ferrante?
Yes.
Mr. Mania?
Yes.
Mr. Stewart?
Yes.
Mr. Roman?
Yes on 1, 2, 3. Abstain on 4. And yes on 5 through 11.
Mr. Nacastro?
Yes. Mr. Roman, would you make a motion to move the bill list,
I
please?
make a motion that we move and adopt the bill list.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Amianda?
Yes.
Mr. Ferrante?
Yes.
Mr. Mania?
Yes.
Mr. Stewart?
Yes.
Mr. Roman?
Yes.
Mr. Nacastro?
Yes. Laura, Mayor, any administrative reports?
I have several.
Yeah, I'll just very quickly, I think if you saw the email, the active shooter training is scheduled for March 16th. We're gonna have 2 sessions from 10 to 12 and 2 to 4. So of course, council members are welcome to attend if they'd like to participate in that training.
A couple things. Sky Zone grand opening, finally, 10 o'clock on Saturday. Also, a Lego event this Saturday at the Senior Center. And I know last year it was very well attended. I continue to work on about 6 new developmental matters in town. If you want to hear about it, give me a call. I'll let you know. Everything's kind of premature right now to discuss on the record. And it is my understanding that, I heard through the grapevine anyway, that there is a food store coming in where A&P was in the Bud Lake Shopping Center, which was very important to me because without that anchor tenant there, I saw significant issues in terms of the viability of the rest of the shopping center. So pretty happy about that if it comes to fruition. Also, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that Art Ondish, the mayor of Mount Arlington, passed away today. He'd been fighting an illness, a very significant illness for a lengthy period of time, so God bless him and his family.
Thank you. Any old business? Seeing none, any new business? Seeing none, any legal matters?
Not tonight, Council President. I'm here, Joe Bach, on behalf of Dorsey and Semro. Very happy to be here, and nothing new to report.
Thank you, Joe. Council reports, Mr. Amianda, anything from the Board of Ed?
Board of Education, no reports. Senior citizens, no report.
Thank you. Anything on senior citizens?
He said no
He
report.
did no.
Oh, no
No.
report? I couldn't hear from here, I'm sorry. Mr. Ferrante?
Maybe you should take over the senior citizen.
I could, I'm telling you. Mr. Ferrante, anything on environmental, lake, or library?
Just with the library, they will begin the interviewing process this month for their director. So, expect a new director to be named, I guess, in the next month or so.
Mr. Rum?
Is that, so they're not, is that in lieu of looking out for getting, sharing the librarian with the school?
Yeah.
So they're not gonna go that
No.
route? Okay.
Thank you. Mr. Manning, you have anything to report?
No, I do not.
Okay.
I'm in Florida.
How was the trip?
Board of Health meets on the 16th at 6:30 here in council chambers. Mr. Roman, anything on open space or rec?
Nothing to report on either.
Thank you. Mr. Stewart, anything to report on MOTB?
Just that we are making progress. We have another new idea to add some other content to it. So actually, Marketing in the Morning, which will be here Wednesday next week, will be actually our first film for featuring the business community.
Yeah, very good. Thank you. Anyone from the public wish to be heard? Seeing none, closed to the public. Council comments, Mr. Amianda, anything?
No comment.
Mr. Ferrante?
Nothing tonight.
Mr. Mania?
Glad to be back.
Mr. Stewart?
Love that he's back.
Mr. Roman?
Yeah, I'm glad he's back.
I was gonna say, we're still trying to figure that out, but welcome back.
I also like to express my condolences to the family of Art Ondish on their loss. I briefly knew Art, and of what I did know about him, he was a wonderful man and a great mayor, and someone that I think we can all emulate and to be at least half the public servant that he was. Thank you.
Thank you. We have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second? Anyone?
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Opposed. Thank you.